Greetings, my dudes, Dubski here, and we're back with another episode of Dark Souls 3. And today I have a story to share with you all. It is a tale of a knight, and his name is Buzz Killington. Sir Killington is infamous for his abrasive demeanor because he always calls it how he sees it. He's also not very fun at parties, if you can believe it. And one day he was just a bit too caustic in his choice of words towards his liege, Lord Fapwood. And as punishment, he was tasked with guarding a bridge in the catacombs of Carthus. Turns out telling people to go away is his strong suit, so there he sat, day after day, keeping the bridge clean of any and all intruders. And we join Sir Killington today as he contends with an entire gaggle of weirdos who are trying to cross this bridge. Notice the interloper over yonder. He must have seen Sir Killington at his post, and maybe he's trying to mock him at a distance, but he can do whatever he wants, as long as he doesn't try to cross the bridge. Believe it or not, a whole 5 minutes of this stupid shit passes, and our hero's patience is wearing a little bit thin. So now is the time to spring into action and confront this meddler face to face, post-haste. He has the methods and the means of removing this weirdo, but unfortunately he clicks the wrong spell and heals him first. But then he gets his shit together and uses the force to knock him off the bridge. Bye-bye, bitch. You see, it was all according to plan. Sir Killington got the intruder to alt-tab so he could give him the boot when he wasn't looking. You see, a lot of times you're gonna have to use psychological warfare to clear the bridge, and Sir Killington has this shit down to a science. So, our hero is going to put himself in a less than stellar spot in order to lure the enemy into a false sense of security. It's so startling for them, in fact, that they do the work for us. Yes, it was all according to plan. Eventually, our dour defender climbed back up to his post after falling like a ton of bricks and found another trespasser who had already crossed the bridge. It seemed as though Samuel 1260 was not fazed by Sir Killington's warning poke, so he gave him a second, and unfortunately this did not deter the interloper in the slightest. Our hero then goaded his adversary into the optimal position so that he could authorize the use of deadly force. This is not a library. No solicitors. Soon after, another hoodlum approaches our miserly man-at-arms and issues him a challenge. Sir Killington is not amused and quickly gives him the triple tap. Our hero does not build bridges. He is here to forcefully throw people off bridges. So thank you, come again. Except do not come again. Every now and then, a wayfaring goon will somehow sneak their happy ass across both bridges. Careful tactics are required in these situations, but all it takes is for one to lose their footing at just the right moment. Gravity is indeed a cruel mistress. Our naysaying knight happens to have quite a lot of paperwork and documentation to do today, so he promptly returns to his post, only to be met with a merchant who tries selling him a bridge. Sir Killington realizes he's actively being sold down the river, so he gives this dastardly dealer the boot. But he knows all too well how sink or swim the marketing profession can be, so to our hero, it's just water under the bridge. Suddenly, subterfuge. Two scoundrels surround and strike at what seems to be a simple soldier, seeking to smite the singular sentinel with sufficient speed. One of the sinister assailants says sayonara, while the other suspiciously slips out of sight. No sigil of success is seen, so the spiteful assassins must have served us a sordid sleight of hand. It seems that somehow the swindler successfully snatched a stocky strut serendipitously, surviving for a second until several stabs in the sternum send the simpleton into a stupefied spasm. He senselessly sidesteps, but soon suffers a skewer to the spine, simultaneously stopping his scampish spree and settling the score. A satisfying send-off suited for a sleazy saboteur. And just before our hero's shift had ended, a devilish assassin struck, throwing bombs and traipsing about like he owned the place. And turns out the AA batteries in our hero's talisman had gone bad. But then an ally made himself known, just in the nick of time. It was Sir Cake, one of Sir Killington's trusted confidants. In the end, it seems that our hero can have his cake and eat it too. But even a knight needs a day off every now and then, so when Buzz is away, the bridge is entrusted to another gallant guardsman, Sir Coomingham. And unfortunately, this dude has fucking narcolepsy, but he refuses to be defined by his disability. And it's readily apparent that Sir Coomingham is more than capable of showing the world that he has spunk. Lots and lots of spunk. And this salacious swordsman is no stranger to a three-way, and he will make absolutely sure that all those involved are lying on their backs, gasping for air out of both passion and exhaustion. All is fair in love and war, as they say. But when it's all war and no love, sometimes you just gotta whip your balls out and intimidate your foe into making a grievous lapse in judgment. And honestly, if I saw a pair of balls that big coming my way, I would jump off a bridge too. Now, for better or worse, it's quite easy to catch Sir Coomingham with his pants down, or ambush him while he peacefully slumbers, and this hooligan is about to do just that. Any normal person would be downright perplexed as to why our well-endowed knight would ever be caught sleeping at the wheel, but the intruder seems to be more inquisitive rather than antagonistic. The trespasser draws closer and closer to our lethargic legionnaire, hoping to engage in glorious combat, but nothing, and I mean nothing, will come between Sir Coomingham and his Betty-Bye time. Like, seriously, you can pray to fucking Zeus or Odin or the goddamn Easter Bunny, but I promise you, this guy is not gonna wake up. The cloaked marauder soon found himself utterly defeated and decisively humbled, so he gave one final wave goodbye to his slumbering adversary, and then he did what any rational person would do: take a dive off a fucking bridge. You gotta hand it to him though, Sir Coomingham is so good at his job that he can even do it in his sleep. But I think that about wraps it up for Sir Coomingham's daily obligation to his lord, and for this video. So if you enjoyed, and I hope you did, give it a like and a share, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Your support is always appreciated. But for now, I bid you all a fond farewell.